Greetings and salutations, everybody. We are back again with more Feng Shui 2nd edition. Hooray!
Yay!
Hooray!
Together again.
We're back
How
again.
long has it been? I don't actually remember.
Quite a while. A lot of different things happened.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
Computer troubles, personal things, massive cyclones of air and water.
Yeah. Yes, hurricane. I was without a computer for about 2 weeks.
I caught 2 diseases.
I didn't have a free weekend for about a month.
Nothing happened to me.
like usually it's not until you actually get into, you know, November, December that things go disastrous, and yet here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, so right, Feng Shui stuff. If memory serves me correctly, you guys had dealt with, you know, being a bunch of different little things happening all at once. You know, Batu ran into some members of the clan he was supposed to marry into.
Don't know what you're talking about. Nope.
There were some assassins who were there to go after Dao Lu for some reason.
Right.
Yuri spent some time shaking the person who's apparently the bouncer at a gambling club.
No, that's not who I was shaking. I was shaking someone who Yuri is completely unaware of.
Right, you knew you were being someone was tailing you on the roofs, but
the bouncer did pay attention to you and tell you for a bit, but you did get rid of
That's
him.
right. Yes, I forgot about that. Yes.
I schmoozed in the gambling hall, concluded that it was not worth hanging around there, left without causing a scene, switched into a cloak and got lost in the crowd, completely unaware that someone was in fact following me, or at least trying to follow me and trace me. But they lost me, and I don't even know about them, so that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I had a wonderful time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zhao did not.
You spent the entire time puking your guts out, if I remember correctly.
Zhao was very, very poisoned and could not help Dao Lu at all.
Oh, speaking of which, you should give me a Constitution roll, Zhao.
Yep, and he does. I do have my antidote stuff too.
Yes, you do.
So you want a toughness?
Well, it's the same. It's basically the same as your Constitution. So your Constitution is basically the same. So,
all right, let's do that. That's an 8.
Where are my notes? What was the difficulty of that? I forget. Give me a second.
I think it was 7.
It was. You're correct.
All right.
All right. You are.
How did I remember that?
I don't know. You said it was 7 right the second I looked at it in my notes. I'm like, yep, that's what it is on my notes at least. I think it was mostly sort of a basic equivalent to the DC is equivalent to the average of a default roll.
I think so.
I think that was why I chose that. Anyways, Zhao, you are with the antidote stuff. You are feeling a hell of a lot better. You are no longer impaired.
No more toughness penalty. No more impaired.
Yep, you are now functional. You're back to normal.
I am now only dramatically sick, not actually
exactly.
sick.
There are no mechanical penalties anymore, but you were still ill. You are less green around the gills, as it were. But yes, you managed to lose everybody who were trying to fight you and such, and or capture you or what have you, and the local guards seem to have arrested most people who were inconveniencing you because, well, you guys did an extremely good job at making it very clear that you guys were not instigating anything.
I think it helped that the assassins kept killing each other.
There was that. Also, Batu was not actually trying to fight the other Mongols.
Nope, I was running. I might have trampled a couple people along the way, but it's their fault. They shouldn't have been so small or in my way.
The only thing you really inconvenienced the poor cabbage seller. That's about it. But yes, you are now currently, you decided that now that you've cleared all that up and you've got some room to maneuver, it is probably time to start making your attempts to set up to actually depose the governor, because that seems like a good thing to do now.
That is correct. That is the main reason we are here.
Yes.
That's the main reason the group is here. My understanding, from what I remember, as far as Yuri's motivations are concerned, is that there is information to be had in here that leads to where
Yes.
the Imperial princess is being sequestered.
Yes.
Correct.
And I was unable to secure a meeting with the captain of the guard, who I think might be the person I'm supposed to deliver my sword to.
Yes, because he is
not here, and also bureaucracy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly he's not here.
Mostly he's not here. That is, I mean, like, we could just like break in and see him otherwise, but he's not right now.
He is out inspecting guard outposts, basically, because that is part of his job. On the plus side, if a fight breaks out, you don't have to fight. You probably won't have to fight him.
Yeah. Why would that happen, though?
You're trying to depose the governor,
Oh, well.
or at least some of you are.
I mean, who's going to care about that?
I believe some want to depose, some want to decapitate.
I mean,
You know,
decapitation is
they
a
both
way is a way to depose a governor, I suppose.
Mhm.
Also,
and somebody might want to just dispose of him. You know,
yeah, but you made the joke before I could.
put a jumpster out right outside the window and just have him fall into it. You
I
know,
was thinking we could
I'm-
debrief him.
I'm
With an axe.
up for defenestration myself.
So anyway, we got to get inside.
Well,
So
there's
I
a
guess we'll do that.
there's a yes. There, you are confronted with the. I should change to the appropriate scene. Hang on. There we go. You guys were on the correct scene. I had a different screen up.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So
So yes, you guys, there is, you guys have made it through. You've gone through the front gate of the gubernatorial palace. It is a large building with a wall around it, and there are many guards. The governor basically doesn't leave the palace, which I know,
Right.
I'm sure you were shocked by, all of you, just utterly shocked.
okay,
guessing
so
the palace is like
I'm
another
going to need a
reminder.
reminder here
Yeah.
because I remember like all the stuff we were talking about of what we did, and I know that we all went to the palace at the end of it, but I don't remember how we came to that conclusion.
We all met
specifically.
at the palace gates because this is where I move. Of course, the character I want to name isn't labeled on my screen. Nick,
Olan.
yeah, Ulan, because Ulan had gone in there to get the meeting and could not, and was walking out, and we, Zhao and Dao Lu, were going to meet up with them there because they had just returned from the apothecary, and then I believe Yuri came up as well. I think Batu was with Ulan.
Batu was with Olan, basically because she met up with him during the weird chase sequence and was like, "Well, I've got to go and see this guy about my sword, and maybe we can do something about these people who are harassing you." Essentially,
Yeah, I
Right.
think I remember Batu going in there just by virtue of they probably wouldn't actually go to the palace grounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I went there because why would he go there? That's dumb. He'd leave town and go be a bandit or something.
Right.
Yeah, I don't specifically remember why Yuri ended up there, but I know that she did. So I'm going to go with what feels right, and that the answer is she was going to break in anyway and saw people were heading that way, so she just kind of dropped
Sure.
in.
So
So you've all met up again. You've all have gathered somewhere. I'm for convenience sake, you're at a noodle shop, at an outdoor table
that makes sense.
where you can discuss things.
this is when we're doing the Ocean's 11 meetup.
Yes.
To discuss how we're gonna do it, and we have all the little scenes as we're talking about it.
Multiple camera shots.
Right.
Shots.
Well, we could go in through one of the side gates where they keep like the stables or something, and I could just be the horse repairman.
A horse? What?
I don't know what you guys call it in your barbarian language.
Oh goodness.
I was just kind of stroking
A
his chin.
stable master?
Yeah, whatever. You know, the guy who like takes care of the horses when they're sick and shaunts them and stuff.
I think if you try and tell that to the guards, they're not going to believe you.
Who cares if they believe me? I'll just yell at them.
Mm.
Listen, these are guards, and all you need to do is just like, I've encountered guards before. All you need to do is act like you belong. You're in a hurry, and they will be in trouble for impeding you in doing your job.
Yeah, but if you say stuff like horse repairman, I think that kind of holds up the effectiveness of that strategy.
Zhao's just kind of like stroking his chin. You know, we could claim that Batu is what he is. He's a Mongolian. He's an expert on horses, and he's come from far away because the governor has sent for him. And if the guards don't let him in, the governor will be very discross.
Mecca.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah.
Mecca. So I have 12 in drive. Would Yuri be able to fill in Batu on what termage he should be using?
You could. You want the actual? Give him the actual term in Chinese. Absolutely. You absolutely know exactly what he's talking about.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to say flatly, with your intrusion skill, you recognize exactly the gambit Batu's talking about, and it's an old and effective one.
Oh yeah, Yuri is not objecting to this. That's why she's helping him.
It's amazing. It's amazing how little security will respond to someone who acts like that they're supposed to be there.
People, it's just how people react.
Old trick.
It's one of the oldest tricks in the book.
As Yuri passes around clipboards, don't ask where she got them.
Basically.
What is this? We could try asking some of the locals if they have any secret ways of getting inside. We could probably find a few underground dens somewhere.
Oh yes, that's definitely.
Yeah, it's a good plan too.
That can certainly work. Best to not ask that openly, but it can certainly work.
The stupidest the stupidest joke I can think of out of character is like, yeah, Daolu just like goes to his old station somewhere in the palace.
I mean,
just like,
yeah.
Just like, what was he doing there? We'll figure that out later. Something. But that's not gonna be super effective for getting anyone else other than Daolu in there cleanly, at least.
I mean, you know, if we've got someone on the inside, then that means that, you know, we have holes we can exploit.
Oh no! There's not gonna be holes to exploit. Daolu would have patched them already.
Everyone's got holes that can be exploited.
Speaking about 7-year-old jokes.
7?
Yeah, we had that same joke happen in the Star Wars game that I was listening to.
Okay.
Actually,
Was it me that made it?
Actually, it might be
Yes. Well, no, it was me, and then you responded to it.
Okay.
Actually, it might be a 7-year-old joke because we're in ancient China right now.
Ew.
Yay.
This is the origin of the joke.
Yeah. It's the hot joke that's been going around for a long time back then. Everyone's like, "Oh man, that's so clever."
Yeah, like infiltration. Yeah, Zhao is thinks like infiltration is important, getting in, but I still need to locate the most trustworthy individual to put in charge once we execute our plot. I'm going to have to reach out to some contacts in town to make that happen.
Now maybe this is me misremembering, but didn't we have something like that already?
We did not. We talked about we did talk about the sword master, and like he seems like he would be a stand-up fellow, but like he's also not going to be here for like a week or two.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
And we haven't even gotten a chance to meet him. So
Yeah.
Sure.
So my thought is then we may want to split our focus a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe. Because it seems like we A, need a path inside, and B, need a plan for after we take care of things inside.
Yes.
You can leave finding a path and finding blind spots to me. This is what I do.
This is where it cuts to the scene of Yuri doing exactly that, undercover night or something.
But I want to use my gambling skill.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, legitimately
I'm not
gathering.
saying that can't be a component of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go with you then.
I mean, you could just go, like, if you want to use your gambling skill, like, you could just go frequent some of the underground gambling dens and see what information you can pick up there.
And that's going to be like I probably have a contact there. That sounds like a perfect plan.
I will say flatly, I mean, you know, Olan can probably find them. She does have the gambling skill at a pretty high level. So.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Lon, dear, finding information is just as important as actually seeing things for yourself. One cannot see everything at a single glance. And sometimes the most important thing is behind oneself.
Wait, it's behind me, isn't it?
Lon
Yuri
literally looks over her shoulder. What?
Yuri pops bunny ears on Batu.
Oh my god, he's got bunny ears!
No, I don't. Wait. No, I don't. No one has cursed me with bunny ears.
Yuri will just kind of giggle to herself.
Huh. I never noticed that before. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm sick right now.
Sorry.
You're fine. So, it could be that there is someone who is low on money and needs it for a sick relative that'd be willing to deviate from their patrol route or something if they were to have an opportunity presented to them, or perhaps someone...
Oh, you're referring to greasing palms, right?
Or perhaps someone fancies a game of chance and for the thrill of it will stay out longer than they should, or perhaps reveal something that they shouldn't be. There's many avenues that you can accomplish with what you propose that would complement my own efforts quite nicely.
Zhao's like nodding along this, and if they don't want to pay these potential debts to you, he just kind of looks over at Batu.
Why would anyone ever do that?
Oh.
Some people make poor decisions.
If you lose something in a fair contest, then it makes sense that you hand it over.
Right? He's just kind of like dumbfounded by this. Anyway.
I mean, one of the worst things you can do is trying to bet. It's worse than murder.
Honestly.
Maybe in your world.
Listen, I never had anyone trying to bet till I came south of the wall. You guys are all a bunch of dishonest barbarians. No offense.
I take no offense because I'm not from here.
Zhao just kind of like waves it off. He's like, "Yeah, no worry. I know what you're talking about."
All right, so then I guess Batu and I will go and try and find if there are any people who guard the palace or something like that we might be able to get information from or to delay in some way so that
we can lean on
in finding a way in for us.
I'm sure you could find some of the local guards at any gambling establishment in town. Yes.
And Master Zhao, you need to make contact with somebody.
Yes, I know the people to contact within my organization and around town.
I guess we'll do that then.
And I will say, Dalu, if you want to give me an odd jobs role, you almost certainly can find some way into the palace to an old job you held there at some point.
Oh gosh! All right.
Like you finding given your background and your character type, like.
Yeah.
Sure. In fact, if I'm going to be a jerk about this and just add fortune to this roll.
Why not? 20, yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. Like in the middle of all this, Dalu just disappears.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
I will say, honestly, off the top of my head, you remember that you probably could just work your way back into the kitchens, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go. I hear they have a cabbage shortage right now.
No, they don't. Not under my watch.
You go through the area that's just by the dumpsters and go into the kitchen.
Yeah, basically. Yep. Like, walks back into the kitchen and everyone's, Dalu, good to see you again.
Where have you been?
Sorry, my break was a little bit longer than expected. I'll get right back to it. More notably, this keeps Daolu away from assassins, unless the assassins are calling from inside the palace.
That would be
True.
hilarious.
If the assassins are tied to the governor in some way, shape, or form, you might run into them in the palace. Otherwise, you're probably safe from them in the palace. Yes.
Like, as iconic as like a kitchen fight scene would be, we don't need to delve into that there.
I was gonna say, like, you go to the kitchen, it's just full of the shadiest looking people that are clearly like there to kill somebody.
I mean, if like you want a place that has improvised weapons, you're hard pressed to find a better spot than a kitchen.
It
is true.
A nursery, all the toys. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
you
you string those stuffies hard enough, they will do some things.
But yes, you walk back into the kitchen, and it's almost like you hadn't left this job before. I mean, obviously, it's not a case of like, oh, you've been on break for a long time. It's a case of yeah, we can always use extra. The fact that they can always use extra hands in the kitchen, and it's the same chef who was running the place last time you were here. So he's like, you, Dalu, I know you can do the job. We absolutely need you. We actually need extra hands on deck right now. All right. There's going to be a feast in a couple of days when you do a lot of prep work.
Just like a shrug, and then Dalu just kind of gets to work in there. So.
A feast, you say?
Yes.
Someone's ears are burning.
I mean, I'm not there.
No, but
yeah,
Dalu can get you that information at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, the funny. I'm trying to think of like the stupidest, the most idiosyncratic, but also anachronistic idea I could think of.
Right.
It's like, we're gonna start making some XO sauce.
But yes, the governor's having. Oh God! As usual, the governor
is having foie gras.
The governor's having a feast to there's some imperial functionary who's coming in a couple of days, and the governor's insisting on throwing a feast that we are too short staffed to realistically get on. You are a godsend. This is you remember this is the way the governor always is.
Right.
Always gives us information about these sorts of things like 3 days later than we need it.
For reference, the XO sauce detail is funny because for me specifically because it didn't exist until the 1980s.
Right.
They won't tell me to purchase stuff until the last minute, and that's why I purchase everything through Amazon. I'm not supposed to do that, but who else is going to deliver on time? So
I like the idea. The other joke is like, okay, all the dishes being prepared, none of them are actually Chinese. Or
they're all like Chinese American fast foods.
They're all from New York. Yeah. Oh, we got to make all these crab
we have to
rangoons.
prepare. We are going to be visited by the great military mind General So we must prepare his chicken just the way he likes it.
Yes.
General Gao.
We also have to make sure to serve it with his favorite sides: crab rangoon and slightly soggy French fries.
Slightly soggy. You must be getting some upscale Chinese food.
No. I just get it like fresh. Okay, that's why they're only slightly soggy.
This is where I point out his name is actually General Gao, and General Zo is a mistranslation of his name.
No. But that's why it's General Sao.
All right, I'm adding
That's
this
true.
to the list.
Add it to the list.
Also, it wouldn't be Amazon; it'd be Yangtze.
Oh wow, I get it. Yeah, okay, that's good.
I'll allow it.
It took me a second, but when I did, I was like, "Oh, that's very good."
So yes, apparently
He's out of line, but he's not wrong.
You do. They do, in fact, eventually you do overhear the names of who's coming here. They are, in fact, 2 Imperial generals, So and Gao.
There we are.
I see.
And they both have a preferred dish that are very similar, but slightly different. The saucing is slightly different between the two.
Well, at least we don't need to do an airing of Kung Pao in this situation.
That is
here,
true.
So that eliminates one other dish we need to worry about.
Like the actors for this are like a pair of twins, and they're just wearing different colored armor.
No. It's the same person.
Positive shots, yeah.
Yeah,
that works too. It's pretty good.
Or if you want to do even better, it's just a reverse shot where they do a color overlay to make it different.
That's exactly
They don't even change position.
That's exactly it.
That is
there you go.
Like, okay, like if you want to talk, this is the stuff that I'm good at talking. Yeah.
One's left-handed, one's right-handed.
Yes, exactly.
They're identical twins, except that their moles are opposite sides of their faces. They're opposed in the handiness. and they're never both on screen at the same time. Don't ask what on screen means. And one of them does have a girlfriend, but she lives in Canada. I mean Russia.
One of them has a Mongolian girlfriend. Come on, obviously.
But they're not going to make it to the prom, unfortunately.
No, of course not.
I was thinking Cambodian girlfriend myself.
You could go that direction too. I mean, I don't think Cambodia exists at this point, but you know,
neither did Russia.
A lot of things don't exist at this point. Is that stopping us?
No, that's true.
Yeah, Russia didn't exist at this point. Yeah,
fair point. All right, so Dalu, you are. So I will also say you are picking up on. All right, so as you sort of are going through some of this stuff, everyone's glad to have an extra pair of hands, especially a competent pair of hands. And Dalu, you are actually quite good at this stuff as always. You are in fact. You are finding out that, dear Lord, you are almost definitively the head chef's favorite sous chef, although that's a term that would not exist here. Mm-hmm. You're the best assistant he's had, basically. Yeah. Apparently, the governor is he's extra insistent on this feast being. Being as high quality as possible, and the whole sort of everything being top flight as possible. But he's apparently really worried about something. Now, no one down here seems to know what he's worried about, but it's very clear the governor is worried about something has happened recently, and has made the governor very worried about interacting with people from the Imperial court.
Gee, I wonder what.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I can't imagine what it could possibly be. All right. If there's any Sketch, let me know if there's anything you want to try to do while I bop around between other stuff.
You know that Daolu is a bit too much of a professional to worry about much more than just making sure that the kitchen is running smoothly.
Sure.
However, he will of course be keeping tabs on any interesting insights about the governor, the guests, and stuff like that. So Daolu has not lost vision of the job as a whole.
Right, but you are focusing. You are currently focusing on the other job in front of you.
Yes, he is still a professional.
I'm getting Elliot undercover in the kitchen vibes from Leverage.
Sure, I mean it's also very funny, just making a comparison of Dalu to Elliot, because it's both very, very inappropriate, but also kind of appropriate too.
Yeah,
for very different reasons. I find that very funny. Daolu is not the type to kill someone with just with his mind, just like
not with that attitude.
All right, so I'll come back to you in a bit then. Daolu and Batu.
Yes.
All right, Daolu, give me a gambling roll.
Oolong.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, Oolong. I was looking at the wrong token. I just looked right at the wrong token.
Yeah.
All right.
9.
All right. Above average for Daolu while they're gambling in the kitchen.
That's an average roll for me.
Average roll 11. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I will say flatly, there is some gambling. Daolu, as always, when people are on break, they are probably playing mahjong.
Absolutely.
All right, Olan.
We went on a training arc for this.
All right, so you immediately spot the casino that the gambling hall that Yuri went to earlier. That you don't know that she went to it earlier, but you also instinctively know that's not the place where you want to be gathering information. That it is too upscale for the people you're looking to talk to.
Right, Roger. Okay.
But you rolled well enough that you are able to find one of these sort of more undergroundy gambling dens. I will say this: you could tell people working guards and such go here when they want to go gambling without being without people knowing they're gambling. Mm-hmm. People like that, yeah.
It's a speakeasy. It's not a speakeasy, but
along those lines, yes. It is not quite like, full on, like, fully criminal gambling den, but like there's it's definitely shady.
Gotcha.
Batu, this is it. This place is definitive. Like, you are not, again, you're an outsider, but even you look at this. This place is like, you're a little surprised that Olan is actually singled this place out. It is a lot shadier than you expected.
All right.
Like the bouncer is missing an ear.
All right.
Olan like cheerfully waves at the bouncer. Hello.
The bouncer sort of, gives you like, is a little sort of surprised by the reaction, but has that sort of instinctive reaction of, well, if someone's being that cheerful to me, they clearly know what they're getting into. Also, that is a very large man she is traveling with. I think she'll be fine. Hopefully they won't start any trouble.
All right.
Basically, he looks you both up and down. You can go in. Not too busy right now. Just don't please don't start any fights. I'd hate to have to like come in and throw you out.
Okay.
No problem. I'd hate for you to try.
The bouncer is, as I said, he's missing an ear. He's got a couple of broken teeth. His nose is all squiggly.
Yep. This is a guy. This is a guy who's like been in more than his fair share of fights.
Oh yeah. He's also, a little bit shorter than average, but also a lot broader than average.
I know exactly the kind of guy you're talking.
Yeah.
about.
He exudes he is actually a pro bouncer. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to try to throw you out for two reasons. One, he'd prefer not to have to throw anybody out physically, and two, you might be able to take him.
Yeah.
He's like,
I think I've been friends with this like 5 of this guy in my life.
All right, I'm gonna head inside.
Yep.
I'm gonna scope out people that are in there, and kind of like we'll kind of mingle, and I'll try and see if I can, I guess, overhear anyone talking about a position in the palace that would be advantageous to us to have knowledge or assistance from.
Sure. Give me given the environment you're in, you can give me a gambling roll to look around and see if you can notice anything.
Yeah, this is how you operate in gambling halls.
Yep.
So.
Ooh, 14. Nice.
Yeah. I'll get us a couple drinks. Just let her.
Absolutely.
Let Oolong take the lead.
I'm suddenly wearing sunglasses and a green eye shade.
All right. You're able to single out a table that has a couple of seats at it, but also there are some people you think are probably like, there are people who are clearly trying to not be noticed. Like they sort of have that air of, yeah, they're probably, quote, Imperial, end quote. They probably work at the palace and are trying to look like they don't work at the palace and are fitting in here, basically.
Gotcha.
Also, it is pretty clear everyone around knows where they work and are basically not tipping their hands because, they don't care. It's like, if they makes these guys, like, the staff, we don't want to make these guys uncomfortable because then they might not come here and gamble and lose their money.
All right. I'm going to walk by the table and make myself look like a mark.
Okay.
Just kind of like, look like I'm like, ooh, wow, kind of like lost and like I have too much money.
Sure.
Even though I don't.
That is fine. I mean, honestly, yeah, you're not. I forget. Are you? What is your wealth level? Working stiff or poor? I forget.
My wealth level is poor.
Okay, that is what I thought. But so yeah, you're actually probably roughly on par with the majority. Like most people here don't really are gambling with money they probably can't afford to lose.
Right.
I will say that since Yuri knew what folks were up, what Olan was up to in this sense, Yuri would have passed along a few low-tier precious gems to use as wager fodder.
You know what we could do is we could have, if you knew about this ahead of time, maybe Yuri insisted on like doing Olan up a little bit so that she looks wealthier.
Yeah.
Sure. If you want to throw me you can give her some. Yes, actually, give me a deceit roll, Yuri.
Okay. As I try to find that 12. Okay. 14.
14. Excellent. All right. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yuri knows what looks good.
Yep. Also, so Olan, you are actually very successfully disguised as someone who is way too wealthy to be in this particular gambling establishment.
All right.
You look like a fish.
I'm looking around innocently and going, ooh, and stuff.
And you also look wealthy enough that you probably, and innocent enough that you probably, people would not be shocked by the fact you are trying to, get, to use stuff that are people like low tier gemstones for wagering, as opposed to like the lower end coins that most people.
Yeah, Olan looks like a like somebody like some governor, not the governor's daughter, but some like officer's daughter that's kind of like wandered in to have a good time and brought the bodyguard.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose daddy's money kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing the look of I'm her man and I'm not like her partner, but you know what I mean.
Totally not the bodyguard.
Totally not the bodyguard, and definitely not put out about having to guide her around.
Oh my god.
So I'll go over to the table where the two guys are.
Yep. So the table has two guys. Your previous gambling roll is enough to get all this in for you. So there are two guys who are very clearly work at the gubernatorial palace. You sort of pick up on that. And there are two other people at the table who are very clearly sharks.
Gotcha.
Like you recognize the type.
Gotcha. I'm going to kind of come and say, "Oh wow! Oh you guys have got a game going. Would you mind if I sat in on the next one?"
Oh no, absolutely, miss. Please have a seat. Have you played this game before?
Is this one of the sharks talking?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, my guard has taught me the rules a few times, and I think I'm pretty good at it.
Excellent.
I roll my eyes.
Okay. Well, yeah, we should probably play for slightly lower stakes at first, just so you get the hang of it.
Okay.
We wouldn't want to, just make sure you know the rules. We don't want to play for too much.
That's very kind of you.
Oh, absolutely. Is everyone okay with that? And the two palace guys are like looking down at their stacks of what they have left of cash, and they're like, that's fine.
I'm going to let them think I have beginner's luck, or I'm going to let them let me win.
Right. All right. So, what is your plan for how you're going to handle this?
It's going to go straight into Nagashi Mangan.
So early on, I'm going to let them think that their plan is working and that I'm being led along by their fish line. And then I'm going to be observing their habits while they do this to see if they have any tells in terms of if they're cheating or if they would cheat, what they would do.
Right.
And if they try and cheat when we actually go in big, I am going to do something. But if not, I will either I will reverse it or... It'll depend on what they try and do.
Okay.
So depending on how they cheat will define one of the two ideas I have of how Olan will react.
All right. Give me a gambling roll then.
I will put a fortune die on this.
Absolutely. And Batu, if there's anything you want to be doing from your position, you're welcome to do so.
I'm going to spend the first hand looking like I'm the guard and sort of staring them down. And then and over the course of that hand, I'm going to look more and more bored and then wander off to the bar.
Okay. But you want to keep an eye out even at the bar.
Oh, I'm definitely keeping an eye out things. But yeah, I'm playing the part of the bored, uninterested bodyguard.
23, you say, Olan.
Well, all right then.
All right, Olan.
So I know these people. I know these guys' mothers' names now.
Basically, so over the course of playing, several things happen. One, it is very clear that one of the two guys from the palace. You pick up a few things. It's clear that both these guys are guards.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is definitively better at gambling than the other, and is basically he's been slowly losing money. If you sort of pick up on, he's basically trying to bleed a little as possible while he's trying to figure out. He's basically doing what you're doing, just nowhere near as well.
Gotcha.
But he's willing to lose small amounts of money while he tries to figure out what's going on at the table, because you're pretty sure he's clocked that these guys are sharks. And knowing that they're sharks, he thinks he can probably he's basically waiting for a good hand, equivalent, basically.
Gotcha.
To play big. He's not subtle. He's not, this is something that, an actual gambler would probably not do quite. This is a sort of the rookie way of handling this, basically.
Right.
The other thing you pick up on is, despite contrary to all appearances that the way these two guys are operating, because it's very clear the two sharks don't like each other, right? Obviously.
Oh, okay.
No, they are clearly working together.
Interesting.
Collusion.
They're colluding. They're willing. It's clear that one of them, they're willing to take losses. You can tell the way they're playing, and they're signaling each other very subtly.
As long as one, comes out big, it doesn't matter if the other one comes out minor.
As long as most of the money ends up in one of their hands, they're fine. Because your guys they're probably just going to split the proceedings, the winnings at the end.
Okay, I've got an idea then. All right.
Yeah,
I'll go in.
Yeah, you. By the way, you would not have caught that if you had not rolled that ridiculously well.
All right. What I'm going to do then is I will go in, wait for one of these signals, go in bigger on it, and then switch out my hand so that it looks like one gave the other a bad signal.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. Okay.
So you're starting to try to sow friction between the two of them.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So the other thing you notice while this is going on is that the guy who's the guard who's not as good at gambling, the two of them are definitely talking to each other. They're sort of trying to keep it sort of a little sort of sotto voce. They're not trying to make sure it's easy to overhear, but yeah, you're paying close attention. You can overhear most of this. Yeah, they're sort of like, God, man, bad luck on top of the governor pulling all this bullshit with the feast and all this stuff. Dude, if you what's with the governor this past couple of weeks? He's been freaked out ever since he got that letter from his brother. Are you sure it was from his brother? I think it was just from the monastery. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, why? I mean, I know his brother works at the monastery. His brother is, at the is one of the monks at the monastery. But I don't know why he's so freaked out about that. He's like, it's not like he's like, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know why he's so concerned. He's always so concerned about the monastery, but something's changed there. He's like, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he was worried. It's clear he was worried after that, but it got really everything went nuclear after not nuclear, but everything got really hot and intense after he got that letter about General So and Gao coming to visit in a couple of days. When they got that message last week, he got real anxious about something.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I honestly man, I don't know if we get paid enough to put up with this bullshit, man.
No, you guys have lost 10 doubloons while you've been talking.
Basically, yeah.
I don't know the currency. Sorry.
Doubloons. Yar.
You guys have lost 50 francs while you've been talking to each other.
This is ancient China. It's Bitcoin.
Get out.
All right. I will take all that in. I don't think that there's any way that I would respond in the moment to it, but I'm just gonna take all that in, and then I want to do my attempting to sow seeds of distrust between the two sharks plan. Am I connected?
Yeah,
you're correct. I'm looking something up. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I've had so many problems with Discord recently that I'm paranoid.
There.
Oh, I see. I only just spotted the thing about exo sauce here.
So yeah, basically, it's mostly just sort of copper coins that people at that level sort of generally
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the little round copper coins, the little hole in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're called Young Li or Li Yuan. One of those two.
About 2 copper pieces.
Yeah, copper. Basically, go for the sort of what the coin are made of. Majority of coinage is copper, from what I'm seeing, but they do had some other stuff in higher sort of denomination. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one traditional way to carry a large amount of coin is because they've got holes in string 1,000 copper coins into one piece of string, apparently onto a string
Right.
a loop. Which I think is actually kind of neat.
Yep. Look like this.
Oh, neat.
Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah, let me pop this up on. Pop it up on for the viewers. That's exactly what it looks like. Yep, that's.
It's the same kind of idea as doing like stacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
In fact, I know for a fact that in Japan they actually did like wooden cases that would hold a certain amount of coin as a way to transport them like that.
Yep.
Neat.
All right, so yeah, like the high, I think it's mostly like copper, and then eventually like the really high end stuff are silver coins, if I remember correctly.
They used silver because it was more abundant, and gold is used for decoration.
Yes, gold.
They did not use gold for regular.
Yeah, they did not use gold for currency. They used it for decoration. Yep.
That was the thing they talked about in that BioWare Kung Fu game.
Yeah.
Jade Empire.
Yep.
Jade Empire.
Oh yeah, and jade is also like used for some valuable stuff. Again, mostly used for making stuff, but at any rate, yeah. So it's very. So you're really picking up. So I will say this, Olan, you're definitely getting a feel for that the guards are not happy with the governor currently. Like it's not just like they're like surprised that he's freaking out. Like whatever's going on, he's like you get the impression they've never really liked working for the guy, and things have gotten a lot worse recently.
Gotcha. Okay. I am going to try and make it. Let's see. I'm going to try and then tear the sharks apart then.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and do it in such a way that the 2 guards stay in the game up to that point.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you give me another gambling roll.
Will do, and I will again throw a fortune
Okay.
on this because I want this to go well. That's only a 13, but
that's still good. That's still a very good roll.
Yeah.
Like 13 is still like quite high.
Mhm.
All right. So you're making progress, but not as fast as you'd quite like it to be. These guys are good. Like you can't sort of tear them apart. You can't like fracture what they're doing as quickly as you'd like, but you are making progress. Batu. What you've since wandered off to the bar. There's another guy there who's very clearly a palace guard. Like he's not even like disguising, like trying to pretend he's not. But it's pretty clear he's here because he's here for the bar. He's clearly been drinking a bit too much.
All right. Yeah, I'll lean against the bar. next to him, not like obviously next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's some space between
Yep.
us where I can see the table.
Yep.
And do my job, quotation marks.
Yep.
But hey, how's it going?
Oh, hi. Yeah. Been better.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching this whelp and all the shit going on at the palace. What about you?
Don't talk about the fucking goddamn the fucking palace, man. Like, the governor's never been like, a good boss.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. Like, God, any little screw up and you're immediately, you pay cuts or, at best, if you any minor screw up. But like, then when things get tense, like, God, like if his brother was visiting or Imperial officials, like, things had to be absolutely perfect. Otherwise, you get flogged at best,
It's been bad lately. I've been watching this one for weeks now. We just got back to town.
Worse than usual.
Yeah.
So like he got like a couple of weeks ago, he got a letter from his brother from the monastery where his brother works, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that put him in a bad mood. And then last week, excuse me, he picks up his mug, takes a swig. You can smell it from here. It's pretty cheap rot gut.
Right.
Yeah, but oh my God, excuse me. But last week he gets his letter from the palace, from the Imperial Palace, and apparently some generals are coming to visit about something.
Yeah,
he's got to throw a feast for them and all that stuff, and he is freaked out, man. Like,
that sucks. But hey, at least you're off now, right?
Oh God, I count myself lucky that I'm not sure if I was smart, I'd just quit and not go back. But what else is guy? I've been doing guard work at the palace for 10 years now, and I do guard work.
Yeah, it's tough to find another job.
I mean, yeah, I could probably get a job as like a bouncer at some place if they're hiring, but
Yeah, but that's if they're hiring. It probably doesn't pay as well. Like, yeah, I know how it goes.
They're working at the palace. It's secure. It's as long as you don't fuck up, it's secure.
Yeah. But yeah, you're good till morning, so
Oh yeah.
Who cares?
No, I have tomorrow off, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
Nice.
But yeah, no, the guy,
like shitty little whelp covering for you tomorrow.
But yeah, no, man, the governor's got his pants tied up in a bunch about something with these guys visiting from the capital. And everybody's on edge at the palace. Everybody.
You must have heard something, man. Come on.
Apparently they're here to inspect some stuff that the governor would rather they not be inspecting.
That's nothing new. He does that. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah, but normally, like, he'd just send a letter off. Normally, in that situation, he'd send a letter off to his brother at the monastery about it, and he'd calm down. But he hasn't sent a letter up to the monastery.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Maybe they're fighting over, like, a woman or something.
I'd say something interesting about his brother as a monk, man?
Hey, as a monk, they do all sorts of shit, man.
Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, if he hasn't, like, I don't know, maybe he's freaked out because his brother's not, like, helping him out or something. I don't know. But yeah, like,
he's on his brother a lot, huh?
Oh, dude, that's the only thing. That's sort of my impression. I don't know, like, no proof, but like, as I said, every time he's freaked out about something from the Imperial Palace, he'd write a letter to his brother. He'd come visit, and things would calm down right after. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds like they're probably fighting about something.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, like, he's freaked out, and everybody at the palace is on edge because you fuck up and you're like, God, some one of the eunuchs who work with him, just fucked up, spilled the governor's tea. And
What, like literally spilled his tea, or
literally spilled the tea, spilled his tea.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware of the slang from 2,000 years from now, and that can be confusing. Yes,
I'm gonna say like in the fan sub of this, there's just a little like mark here. This was made in 1970.
No. You have to have a since 1970 or established. And of course has to be written in English for some reason.
But he spilled the governor's tea on him, and let's just say that eunuch don't got his head no more.
Nah, that sucks. Oh, he's missing 2 heads.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's another guy at another table when he's kind of drunk. He's like, I think you already lost his head.
Yeah, like normally the governor don't go in for the executions most of the time, but like he was real pissed.
He's been on edge, huh?
Oh yeah, like he's freaked about something. I don't know what.
Gretz must be fucking sick of it then.
Oh my god, we're all just like. I said, I'm lucky that I got a day off because like I've been on double shifts for the past week.
Oh man. Is it true for everybody, or is it just like you catch?
Oh shit? No, man! It's like like all the guards are like have been on like double shifts like since the announcement, like making sure that like especially the people especially the guys who are guarding the treasury.
Yeah. Damn, they must be exhausted. How are they keeping awake?
Well, I don't know, man. Tea.
I'll be back.
Like, I mean, as I said, I got an extra day off, and I'm like, I need it, man.
I bet.
I'm gonna spend all day tomorrow in bed. I'm just gonna sleep, man. Because then I got to come back, and
that shit. You'll be spending the day somewhere else, man.
Fair point. I should probably just go.
Fuck it, have another one. You got tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
No roll needed.
Yeah, no. This dude is too inebriated at this point. Like,
oh boy, more beer.
It's like he's like, yeah, no, I probably should lay it off and go home. Well, I guess one more can't hurt.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make conversation about work and let him spill the beans.
Yep. You've gotten most of what he knows at this point.
Fair enough. So everyone's exhausted. He's got the day off. I'm gonna try to figure out where he usually works.
He's normally one of the guys who guards the treasury.
Okay.
So he really shouldn't be spilling these beans.
Yeah.
I am going to start kind of talking aloud at the table.
Okay.
Because like things are just kind of like in game terms probably going like moderately well for her, and she's gonna be, oh, this is a fun game, isn't it? Like I said, my guard taught me how to play this game. And he didn't really want to bring me here, but I do really appreciate that he did. And he didn't have to like show me this thing, but he did, and that I got to make some great memories because of him. I think that people who make their living protecting other people like that are really great. Don't you guys think? That's a really noble way to make your living, isn't it? Like speaking really innocently and stuff. And the crazy thing is he told me that if I were going to come here, I would have to watch out for people who make this their careers. Like, can you believe that? Like, who make their living just stealing hard-earned money from other people like that? What a pathetic way to make your money and make your living, is to just go and enjoy people like that. That's crazy, isn't it? Can you believe that people like that exist? And I'm going to try and make one of the two of them make a stupid mistake.
Give me a gambling roll.
I'm going to roll a fortune die.
Yeah. 17.
Hey,
All right. So the guy who's being real friendly to you. Yeah, it's very clear he's doing a real good job at hiding it, but he's real irritated.
Oh, good.
And he basically clearly just misplays.
I'm back.
Like, it's clear, to anyone who knows what they're doing, he misplays, and he loses big on this hand. And his partner, it's very clear that he signaled to his partner that he was gonna take this hand, basically. So his partner's like, okay, yeah, I'll lose out here, but they both lose out. And the pot ends up being split between you and the guy who's been slow playing.
Good, yeah.
And the other guy basically has lost almost nothing. The other guard lost basically nothing on the hand.
All right.
And you can see you can sort of see when the hand goes out and the guy loses. The friendly guy's looks like, oh fuck. And his partner's just subtly glaring at him. He's got his eyes slightly narrow. Bad luck.
Olan essentially looks at the guard who won on the hand and basically offers him the equivalent of a high five. It's that was fun, wasn't it?
Yes, fun. And he's looking down. You can see him doing the math, and he's I'm up now.
And I'll at that point say is I think that the key thing that a lot of people forget about a game like this is that it can actually be really, really difficult if you can't afford to lose to know when to walk away. And I think that's the trap that some people fall into.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, totally. It's a thing that people really need to keep more of an eye on. Speaking of keeping an eye on, I gotta get back to the missus. I think I'm gonna cash out here. I'm gonna take my. I hate to leave on leave on a hand like that, but I gotta get going. It's getting a bit late. And the less friendly is, are you sure you have to go? You've been playing so well, you could at least let us try to win back what we lost there.
You can play with me. Looking innocently at them.
Of course. Well, we're not saying just he got a lucky hand there, and at least get a chance to get lucky back. It's like one of the my friend here is right. I'm going
to sit up a little straighter and look at the two sharks, and say, "You can play with me, and I'm going to intimidate."
Oh, excellent! Yes, go for it.
15.
Yeah, all right. They sort of blink. Yeah, the friendly guy sort of blinks a couple times and realizes, wait a minute. Actually, he blinks. He's like, what's going on? The other guy sort of looks at you and he's like, ah.
I kind of flick a coin between my fingers and juggle it.
Yeah. the more taciturn of the pair is you get the feeling he's like, oh. Aha. You can see him sort of sitting you can sort of read on his face how do I signal to my partner that we got another shark at the table? How do I signal to my partner we got another shark at the table? Because his partner is not reading that. He's a little too focused on the guy who's leaving the table. It's now I'm gonna take my bit of good luck and get going. I do apologize, but maybe some other time. Maybe we'll play again sometime, and you win it back then.
While the two sharks are distracted, I'm going to kind of nudge the guard who is down.
Yep.
And I'm going to palm him the money he's lost.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to catch Ulan's eyes and with a question should I grab that guy?
Oh, which guy?
The guy's leaving?
The guy leaving.
Yeah.
Grab him? All right.
But I kind of signal friendly grab.
All right.
Don't do subdual damage. Just grapple.
All right.
It's like you don't even need, don't be subtle about it. Just fuck me up, fam.
All right. I'm going to cut over to. We're going to cut here, I think, because it's a good point to cut at. Yuri, what are you up to?
Alrighty, so when it comes to breaking into a large compound, there's a number of things that you want to do. If you can secure a layout in some form, that's good. Guard rotations, that's good. Knowing who's new, that's good. A lot of this information is being handled by the others. One thing that is also good is, everyone being a little too tired to do their jobs right. So
yeah, I will say this: you don't have to make a roll for this. You are since the other people got that information. Also, you're noticing that like the guards look a little bit overworked.
Yeah, they should take a rest. Let's see what we can do about procuring some, sleeping herbs. Make tonight's stew, something to help them relax.
Okay.
Just Yuri showing up in the back in a delivery uniform, handing him to Dalu.
All right, so
honestly, she probably does just like nick like a cook's disguise, and Dalu is the only one who would recognize her because Dalu is always the one who recognizes her.
Yes, I mean, Daolu would. It's like say like Daolu would, without missing a beat, just like usher her into a particular position in the kitchen where no one's not going to pay any attention to her.
All right.
And
so I want
there's
before we go further, quick. I want Yuri. I'd like you to give me a intrusion roll.
All right. Fortune die. Ooh.
All right, a 6 in the fortune die.
I think my intrusion's 15. It is. Okay,
20.
so 20.
You almost
20.
If you had rolled snake eyes, that would have been very funny after rolling a 6 on the fortune.
All right. So yeah, you are able to easily acquire. You basically bust in. You find someone who's.
There's an apothecary around here. There has to be.
Oh, you
went to one earlier.
You absolutely no. You were able to acquire the stuff you want, and you're able to find some sort of like a line cook equivalence outfit that fits you well enough. And
that's the hard part.
Yes, and you work your way into the kitchen. No one's pays you any mind, but you notice that as you walk in, Dalu clocks you immediately.
The funny thing in me would be the fact that before Dalu even sees her, he already has like a stack of things to put in her arms to further aid in the disguise and lead her off to somewhere else in the kitchen.
Yep, absolutely. Like it's clear he knows
Yuri will sigh in disgrace at how like she just cannot beat this guy, but she will not outwardly, complain or give herself away.
I don't know why it's just funny that the most.
Oh, it is.
It's just the most unassuming person who is the most joke character in the part design, at least designed by that, is like also the one that has the most kinship in many ways with Yuri.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like she'll accept that burden and head off with Daolu to the appropriate location, and we'll just palm the bag of herbs to Daolu.
Daolu will look at it, initially respond, normally this is not considered standard when doing either the general's preferred dishes, but I think we could do something with it. Let me get a taste of this. He feigns like actually going for a taste of the herbs. Actually, I think we might have something that we can do with this. Just sort of nods a few times. Like, he's trying to hide the fact that he's like assessing what Yuri has brought in.
Right, since she's not outwardly stating what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You were going for something that could help them go to sleep, right?
Basically, it's not like poison or anything, but it's like kind of like the equivalent of like chamomile and lavender.
Yeah.
They're gonna need much of a push because they're already so tired.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I'm not going for like the heavy stuff.
I think we can either do this as a blend for tea, or we can possibly incorporate it into actually.
I hear tea is popular around here this time of year.
While true, another option would be to infuse it into the rice itself, and thus the steam from it would perfume the air and ease them in a way that they may not be suspecting as much.
That's fucking devious.
Love it. Love it.
We're gonna use rice to make airborne narcotics.
This reminds me of a freaking episode of Busted where they killed a guy by putting like poison in like a scented candle and lighting it up. He just breathed in the poison and died.
They're not narcotics, and it's not poison.
They're at most as mild sedative, and it's not really technically that.
Yeah,
Sedative. That's the word. It's like sedative / relaxant.
Yeah.
But yes, that is what Dalu's like immediate read of like proposals to Yuri.
Yuri will hear all of this and just give an unspoken nod.
All right. In the meantime, we do have a lot of things that we do need to have diced up. So if you can help out with that for a little bit.
There's my martial arts roll. I cut vegetable.
Yep. No, you cut vegetable. You again, like, yeah. While you are not the best combatant in the party, you have a martial arts skill above 10. You are very good with a blade.
I for some reason, I'll compare them with Daolu using a knife he found on the scene. So this counts as an attack against the vegetable here.
Absolutely.
If you do it 2 more times, it breaks.
yeah, for sure, exactly. So we'll just see this real quick here. A 27 there.
What the fuck?
Again,
Yuri just leaves.
Look, it's 27 plus it's the first time you attack the scenes. It's +3.
So I will say Yuri does a very good job. It is professional, cook worthy,
Blade work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Literally every piece of the vegetables that Daolu cuts are literally perfectly uniform.
Oh yeah. I think the funniest way to describe it is that Daolu does like those. You see those videos of people who do like street food in various countries, and they will just tear through food exceptionally fast.
Yep.
You're like, there can't be any precision here. It's like, nope, there is.
No, there absolutely is precision here. Everything is cut exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So the head chef walks by and sort of looks at Daolu and sort of nods, like, "Yep, that's what I expected from Daolu." Looks at Yuri's stuff. Hey, nicely done, ma'am.
While Daolu is basically just putting on a show over there, Yuri's just going to take her relative disgrace and just leave quietly.
I don't know why these attack rolls for like everyday hero just decide, you know what, we need to embarrass other people by double exploding the positive die.
There's just another chef in the kitchen. It's like, Daolu, why are you showing off so much? We're gonna lose another line cook this way.
So Yuri goes off to carry stuff to somewhere else because that's clearly what she's supposed to be doing. Obviously, that's why she's leaving. Okay.
She has one disguise. Off to go get more.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. So, what other disguises are you looking? I will say flatly, you were able to acquire a guard outfit. You're able to acquire actually. How many guard outfits would you like to acquire? Those are actually easy to get.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
Because that's not the tack Yuri's going to take, and I doubt I can find one in Batu's size.
I was yes. Yeah, you are correct. So you're able to acquire 3 guard outfits that should fit roughly the Daolu, Olan, and Zhao if they need them. The only outfit you can find in Batu's size is something for people who work in the stables, basically. People who handle the animals.
I knew we were going to get back to the horse doctor.
Absolutely.
The horse repairman. Yep.
Horse repairman.
Okay. Yeah, getting a stable hand veterinarian outfit. Yep.
There's one that with a little bit of work will Batu be able to wear without like destroying it. So the vest might be a little small, but it doesn't try to the vest.
I'm going to consider that making alterations in this case is part of intrusion. So she'll modify.
Yeah, you're able to modify it so that Batu can wear it.
As for Yuri, as for outfits for Yuri herself, concubine's the easy one to go for.
You don't have to try for that.
Yeah, no.
I will say the one issue with that is the governor doesn't have that many concubines.
Well, that's fine.
I mean, as long as you're not trying to pass yourself off to the governor or any of his inner circle, you'll be fine. Or to the other concubines.
Right. Yeah, no. Like, what? Try to disguise as, their own. There's a brilliant plan. No. That's a tight-knit circle. That doesn't happen.
No.
That you're not infiltrating on that without, like, setup. And we don't have that kind of time.
No.
We do not.
So yeah, I basically have a servant's outfit, I have a concubine's outfit, I've secured guard outfits for others. I'm going to say Yuri is going to find like a scribe's outfit.
Yep, that's doable. Yeah, you're able to find sort of an outfit that belongs to one of the court ladies who do that sort of work, is sort of bureaucratic work here in the palace.
Yeah, just find an accountant's outfit or something.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Yuri has her hair up in a bun. She has like giant glasses on, and just using that as a disguise for that.
Not giant glasses, the small precision glasses.
Yes. The glasses that barely cover like just the perceived shape of the eye and nothing else.
Those are the best kind. But yeah, so with that, she feels this is enough to be able to get anywhere that's important that would require her to actually be in spots where she would be seen. Otherwise, she can probably hang around in the rafters and have it not be that much of a concern.
Sure. All right. You have acquired.
That being said, patrol patterns and like that.
You're able to.
She's going to just do a general casing.
You can give me another intrusion roll for that if you would like.
Oh wow, I rolled bad. 12.
That's plenty. You notice that the guards definitely they've got you. You're able to pick up the patrol patterns. They are sloppy. They look sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so a couple of things you are noticing.
Ooh, I have a question when you're done.
So one thing you notice that there's definitely an area of the palace that is more heavily guarded than the others, and it is not the governor's housing area. If and when you reconnect with the rest of the group, you'll find out it's the treasury.
Right. Honestly, she given that I'm using the thief archetype here, I can probably tell that's a treasury.
That is your guess, but you have to actively go.
I've got info, gems, and jewels at 15. I'm fairly confident I can tell where they're being kept.
Yeah, no, it's almost certainly if it's not. I'll put it this way: if it's not the governor's actual housing area, it's got to be the treasury.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like literally the only place that makes any goddamn sense.
Unless there's like some kind of super cult stuff going on over there, that's got to be a treasury.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It is very clear that it is abnormally well guarded at the moment.
So, I mentioned guard rotation. When is the actual
okay, so
mealtime rotation?
Right.
Since I've gone and messed with the food, that becomes contingent.
Yes. You are able to spot when the mealtime rotation happens. You notice that the people who go on meal breaks are on for actually a fairly. They don't have a lot of time to be on. They seem to like their meal breaks are shorter than they really seem like they should be.
Right.
And they're
being set to grueling pace.
Yeah, yes. And it is also pretty clear that a non-insignificant number of the guards and most of the other people working there seem to be like everyone seems overworked, and a lot of them seem like they don't like they are not. They are doing the bare minimum at the moment, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I have to work double shifts, then I'm not putting in full effort.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. It's like it's very clear that I'll put it this way:
we've got the Homer Simpson work ethic going on.
Basically, yeah. Like if it had been only for like a day or two, maybe, but like they've been on doing this for like a week at this point.
Yeah, that's not reasonable. Yeah.
Like
it's like the quality of work is going to decline when
no, that would never happen.
Worker care and consideration into account.
Oh, never. That would never happen.
It sounds like communist propaganda.
Yeah.
I'm propaganda.
Yeah. Also, you do notice, actually, as you do investigate, you do notice that there are a couple of people who are. You notice that there are a couple of people who are that actually there's a. You are able to spot you actually while you're investigating. You do spot the governor briefly.
Ooh.
He comes out to a window flanked by one of his concubines to observe from a balcony a eunuch and what looks like one of the guards being brought out for punishment. They're going to be flogged. The guard the guard is being punished for falling asleep on duty. And the eunuch is he apparently works in the he works basically it sounds like he worked in the treasury and he made a mistake on the paperwork and is being flogged for it, which seems a little excessive.
Yeah, just a bit.
Like even for Chinese bureaucracy, even for Imperial Chinese bureaucracy.
Yeah, that does seem like a bit much.
Like,
what's the read on the concubine's response to this? Does she seem uncomfortable, or does she seem to be like, this is, Tuesday, or does she seem to be encouraging of this display?
She does not seem like it's clear that she's not like relishing in watching this, but she also doesn't really care that much. That it seems like she's more interested in actually give me a detective check.
Okay. 11.
Good enough. It is very clear that she is while she's supposed to be there paying attention with the governor, she is much more interested in admiring a ring she's wearing currently. Your impression is it looks like she is admiring a recent gift.
Okay, so not particularly involved with current affairs.
No, she's not really not paying that much.
Someone's malice, their will to dominate. Sorry.
I missed what the first part of what you said was.
Oh, I was wondering if it was infused with someone's malice and their will to dominate.
No.
I had a very silly idea thinking about all this like sedating talk from earlier, but I'll save that for a little bit later on here.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so
But yeah,
concubines
it's
don't seem to be involved in
your quick sort of
espionage
impression.
efforts.
Your quick sort of impression is she's more paying attention to the material side of things at the moment.
Right. I'm basically coming to the conclusion here that they don't seem to readily be involved in affairs of state. Like they're not being consulted with or anything.
It seems unlikely.
So
With her at least.
Right.
Also, does not seem to be particularly doting on the governor, but seems very, very, as I said, she ostentatiously admiring the ring she's wearing.
I mean, that tracks. It sounds like this guy just is lame.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't describe the governor. I'm sorry. I meant to. So you remember, like, he looks you can actually get a good look at him. He looks a lot like a slightly older. He looks slightly older, a little bit, and definitely shorter and not as athletic for what I'd call obvious reasons.
Not as built, yeah.
He looks a lot like the monk at the
Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster, the Grandmaster. Let me get his name here. Hang on. Where are you? Kong Wei, yes. Governor Kong here. He looks like, as I said, he looks, despite being the younger brother, looks a bit older. He's going slightly gray at the temples. He's got a very it's very clear he's very vain about keeping up his appearances. Like he's got, like, his clothing is like both, like, it is not only very well made, it is also ostentatious.
Right.
Like more so than most governors you've seen. He's got a very, very beautifully, neatly kept Fu Manchu mustache that he's got, very long and very well cared for. But yeah, he's, despite all of like the very obvious care he takes with his appearance, he still comes off as greasy and weaselly.
Yeah.
Despite that, he's not.
Recently.
This is like my favorite kind of up their own ass jackwagon. The kind who goes out of their way to look as impressive as possible and still manages to look like shit.
He radiates the sleaze of a corrupt used car salesman.
It's like the polar opposite of Dao Lu in many ways.
Yes.
This is a man who's earned nothing in his entire life.
Oh God!
No. Dao Lu's earned a lot of things.
No, he's talking about the governor.
Oh,
yeah,
got it. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, my mistake. Dao Lu has almost enough wealth. That is what he's officially. He's earned something.
No. It is very clear. This is a guy who has gotten by on basically being rich his entire fucking life,
and having everyone else do all the work.
Yes. Now, I will say this. He does not seem. He definitely care, like, as it he comes across as like very sleazy, but there is something, as it he's weaselly. There's a certain cunning that seems to radiate off him also.
Right.
He does not seem like an idiot.
Right. Not making that assumption.
I'm just saying, like, he radiates sort of a low cunning, which is often missing in like, rich assholes like him.
Mm-hmm.
This is like
probably has a plan or two, but probably not very good ones.
So yes, but you're able to. So after the flogging is done, you can see. I'll also see the governor seems to be relishing in watching the flogging. He's got a sort of a twisted smile on his face during all this. But when it ends, he immediately sort of his brows furrow and he starts looking very worried about things. He turns around and he sort of looks over the shoulder at his concubine, sort of says, "Hey, follow me." And she looks at the ring. Oh, of course. She bows and follows him.
I would like to observe his chi while he has this seeming shift of personality.
Sure. You can give me a magic roll, I guess.
Sure.
A 7. All right. What are you trying to deduce with this?
Does it seem like something is influencing him in some respect?
No. It is very clear that he is. The impression you got is he had a brief. This was a brief respite from his worries, basically.
I see. Okay.
He basically had a moment of I can relish in watching the corporal punishment of my lessers. Now I have to worry about the impending Imperial visit.
Okay. I just wanted to.
No, that's fine.
I just wanted to check to see.
You're able to pick up something. You are observing his aura to a certain degree, and you are able to pick up it's not like he's being influenced. It is very clearly he's managed to distract himself for a brief moment.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I've basically
in a really shitty way.
I basically have like a sufficient profile on how this guy ticks
absolutely
at this point.
All right, we're going to cut now back over to Zhao. Zhao, what are you up to?
Zhao is clearly he needs to locate his local Imperial agent to get some information on what's actually going on.
Absolutely.
So he can decide what to do.
All right. Give me what
like the detective would work. Imperial etiquette would also work.
Give me detective because it's your better role of the two.
Actually, they're the same.
Oh, give me the Imperial etiquette is actually what you would is the more appropriate role for this.
All right, I'm gonna throw a
fortune die
on this as well.
All right, 19. Ooh, nice. All right, you were able to track him down pretty quickly, actually. And so you show up. You're shown into his office. You see a very neatly dressed bureaucrat with he's wearing sort of very basic levels of outfit that he should be wearing. It's clear he could probably afford and wear more expensive versions of the outfit, but like he doesn't seem to he cares more about it what he's got being he cares more about maintaining what he's got. Basically, it's the impression you get. He's very efficient seeming. Inspector Zhao, how can I help you? He says after looking at your ID, basically.
Yeah, let's call him Ping. Inspector Ping. Thank you for welcoming me to your office. He sits down at the table. We have some matters to discuss.
Do we?
We do.
How can I help? So what? So let me guess. It has something to do with the governor.
Zhao picks up a small teacup. He's like, yes.
Yes. Yeah, someone in fact does bring in tea.
Yeah, he's like, yes, of course. Everything does revolve around the governor. As I've gone through the streets, I've noticed all the extra guards that are walking around. Everybody seems tired. Seems something very important is about to happen.
Yes, there's going to be an Imperial visit. General So and Gao are apparently going to be showing up in a couple of days.
I see. That seems rather irregular for this part of the country.
Oh, indeed. Apparently, they are here to do an inspection to make sure that all of Governor Kong's paperwork and especially around his finances are in order and accurate. That he's been paying his imperial taxes correctly, and all of that.
Judge kind of looks at him he's like, we both know that's not true.
Oh no, that's why they're here.
No, he means we both know that's not. He hasn't been doing that.
Oh no, of course not. No governor does. The question is how much he's embezzling, not whether he is or not.
Yeah, it's just puts the coffee cup wrong part of the room for that. Yeah, the teacup down. I can assure you, it's quite a bit. If what I saw at the monastery is true.
So the connection with his brother was more than just they were brothers. Good. That was my read. My job here is mostly to limit the corruption as much as possible. Unfortunately, I'm recently assigned here. I had to replace the previous inspector who did not do a good job.
I was about to say mysteriously died, but
Oh no, he did. He seemed to he did not. No, he did not mysteriously die. He was reassigned.
I see. It sounds like he might have been on the ticket as well.
Oh, I am certain he was. The paperwork here in this office was a mess when I got here. So are you investigating the governor then?
I have sufficient evidence of the governor's corruption, and
Really,
he actually pulls out the evidence that he got from the monastery, the correspondence between Kong Wei and his brother.
interesting. So the Ping looks it over and it's like, interesting.
I'm sure you agree this is more than enough evidence for us to act. We are the will of the Emperor, as it is.
Indeed. There's normally it would be we'd have to go back to I think we may have an opportunity to do something interesting with General So and Gao here. Assuming of course that the governor doesn't buy them off, which I assume he's going to try to do.
Yes, well, we'll see what we can do about that. I'm not, and this is where Zhao tries to recall the reputation of these two generals.
So Gao, so give me an Imperial etiquette roll for that. Or detective for that one.
All right. Might as well throw another fortune on this one too.
Sure. 20. God damn. All right. I mean, they're Imperial generals. They're, their reputations, they're both extremely skilled battle leaders, but they're also court functionaries, so they're probably bribable. Your impression is it would probably take a fair bit to bribe them, but like enough cash, yeah.
Yeah. Zhao is like, every man has his price, and I do know that the governor has quite a bit put in his end.
Yes, the governor strikes me the sort who would more than happily spend at least half of what he has to protect the other half.
And it seems I'm aiming to get to them before that. Let them know that the eyes of the Emperor are upon them, and that we will not be tolerating such actions.
That's a distinct possibility.
Of course, there is the actual matter at hand, which is we must act to remove the governor, which is why I must ask you.
Yes.
Is there anyone trustworthy in the court?
Here in town? No, none of the major functionaries. There are a couple of there's some lower tier court officials who are who are at least honest enough.
Let's see. We don't need to have someone permanently taking over. We simply need someone to hold the
fort until the
fort,
yes. I could look into. There are definitely some possible candidates. On the plus side, yeah. Yes. Yeah, it would be a real. The question is, I can definitely find us someone who would be at least for the short term would be a suitable replacement until the court can assign someone who is of both appropriate station and less corrupt, less overtly corrupt, at least.
Yes, we all know there's no one in the court who's above corruption, but what has gone on here is,
I mean, other than the Emperor,
much.
Of course.
Zhao makes this. I can imagine he makes the sign of the cross, and he's like, as the Emperor wills, or something. Just something really, really weird.
Yeah, it is. By the way, it is very clear. Ping is sort of saying, "Yeah, the Emperor is also corrupt," but like, there's pro forma things to say.
Yeah, this is us doing our double speak.
Yeah. Also, like, yeah, the Emperor is quote corrupt. Like, he's the Emperor. Like, what he does is by definition legal.
Yeah, it's like he's illegally following the rules. Look at him.
Yeah. But yes. Do you know what would be really funny? No, the question is how we actually can, like, while we have the evidence to replace the governor, he is definitely protected by having a large sums of cash with which he can use to buy his way out of a lot of things.
Yes.
It'd be really funny.
I have had... Zhao's like kind of nodding. He's like, I think we have the same idea. Go on.
It's a damn shame, but it'd be really funny if he didn't have enough funds to actually bribe the generals.
It would be. And I mean, a day before the generals show up, he's got this feast planned, seen all this busy, and he just doesn't have enough money to make the deposit.
He
leads the generals. He leads the generals into the treasury, and there's just nothing there.
Yeah, it'd be a damn shame. I don't know how that could be arranged, but I would be far from me to suggest that it could be arranged. It'd be amusing.
Off in the distance, Yuri suddenly gets a huge smile for some reason.
She's like, I don't know what's happening, but I know I like it.
The best thing to bribe someone with is their life. We won't bonk them on the head so hard it goes splat. They'll still get bonked on the head. Just it won't go splat.
Just saying, Yuri would not object to being able to take a national treasury.
I joked earlier about this being an Ocean's 11 job, and that's kind of what it's turned into.
What? No! Never.
Yeah, Zhao smiles and he nods to his fellow Agent Ping. I think I might have. Go ahead.
Sorry. So I will look into give me a day or so to see if I can find an appropriate candidate to take over for the governor. If by some reason we were able to if by some fluke we were able to depose him easily.
Yes.
Like again, we can go in there with the evidence we have, and if we had all the appropriate other Imperial inspectors there, and say I don't know the Imperial army behind us, would be easy. But we need to arrange something to make it a little bit easier for us, so that when we step in, it will be a fait accompli.
Yes, I do think our good friends, the generals, will be more than willing to hear us out.
Oh, absolutely. Assuming that they aren't bribed by and clearly they are definitively honest men. They are more honest men than not, obviously.
Well, then it seems like I know what my task is. You handle things with the candidates.
Excellent. I will find one. I will find someone. We will if you come return tomorrow evening. We have a working dinner and we can go over the candidates I've selected.
Excellent. Oh, and one more thing, and this is where Zhao kind of like digs into his bag, and we're just kind of leave it at this. It's like, I need you to look into this. And he pulls out the snake kanji.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have not seen that before. Is this tied to something?
He found this on some official Imperial documents.
Really?
Related to... Yes. I have never seen these before.
He gets a piece of parchment. Actually doesn't grab a piece of parchment. He grabs a sort of a wooden writing slate, a plate, and a brush and ink, and he copies the kanji himself. Sets that down. I will look into this when I have time.
Yes, I think you're going to be busy for the next few days.
Likely, but so I will. I definitely. If that was on an Imperial document, that shouldn't be. Interesting.
No. All right. I will lead you to your task, and I will get to mine. And then he gets up and he gives him, the proper respectful bow.
Yep, he bows back.
He's by the mandate of heaven.
Indeed.
Then I think that's where the scene cuts.
Yes,
to the next scene.
All right, Batu.
Yes.
So. Yes.
I'm gonna sort of slip out and sort of like leave as the other guy's leaving, and leave just ahead of him if I can.
You are able to do so.
And once we're I'll stop, put my arm around him. Outside the door and sort of guide him over. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Hello. Can I help you, sir?
Sure. Yeah. That thing we did that one time is sort of guide him into the alley.
The guard sighs. Look, I've had an okay day. Can we make this as painless as possible, please?
Sure thing, buddy. Now, just time out. What am I supposed to be doing with this guy? You wanted me to detain him, right?
Oh yeah, just like hold on to him. You know.
Yeah.
You don't need to like beat him up or anything.
Yeah.
I think that he likes me now. So.
By the way, he's like looking and saying, "Wait, aren't you the young lady's bodyguard?"
Yeah. So, here's the thing.
You're not a mugging.
Around. No, this is not a mugging.
Oh, thank goodness.
You,
he visibly relaxes. He's like, "Oh."
We just got another thing going on, so I kind of want you to stick around for a little while.
Oh, that's fine. I don't have anywhere I have to be. I was just trying. I was just making excuses to get out of there with my winnings intact.
Right. So let's go inside and have a drink then.
Say at that bar over there.
Sure.
Very well. I'll buy the first round.
Kind of you.
It's very clear. He's reading this. Like, I should probably be nice to this very large Mongolian. And I just won more money than I've had in quite some time, so I can afford it. It's like, I played as defensively as possible until I had one hand I could go big on, and I won. I am happy.
Yeah.
I more than doubled my money.
The Peter Bowman way of playing games. Try not to lose until you can win.
That is one of the ways I do play. Yep.
It sounds like a call out.
It's not so much a call out as it's an actual viable strategy in a couple of games I play.
It basically how he and I used to play war games together.
Yes.
Like I would go for knockout punches, and he would try to survive until
I could counterpunch, basically.
Yeah.
My strategy in a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh that I played was to wait until my opponent tried to get a huge advantage, make sure that they overextended and I survived, and then hit them with everything.
That's that's basically me. That's
all right.
At any rate, so yes, so you head into the bar next door.
Yeah,
it is a little bit less seedy than the gambling establishment.
Right.
Not a lot, but a little bit.
I guess I'll finish up at the table.
Oh yeah, yes. It is very clear that the two sharks are no longer cooperating properly.
Okay.
And you were able to give me another gambling roll.
Oh sure. Yeah, okay. That's a 12.
That is enough at this point, given how fractured these two guys are, and your other rolls have been pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. That you're able to arrange things so that the other guard is back. It basically ends up breaking even for the night, and you clean these two clowns out. Okay. They are both looking very unhappy.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm gonna give the guard a pat on the shoulder and say, "Well, I think that you, sir, have had enough to drink for the day." And I'm gonna kind of like lift him up out of his chair. Let's get you back home, sir. You have a long day tomorrow.
You're right, I do. He's picked up on what you're saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm out. The two sharks are like, the friendly guy's like, no, you should totally stay, and the other guy's, no,
let him go.
Let them go.
We don't need to go to the poorhouse tonight.
We've still got our clothes on our backs.
Yes. And they're like, what are you talking about? Basically, you see the less friendly guy lean over. You see him whispering in the other guy's ears. And you get the impression he's like, she's been playing us the whole time. What did she? Oh. And you can hear a very loud expletive as you leave the gambling establishment.
Oh
wow! Wow, can you believe it? I did so well in my second time playing. Let's go. And I guess I'll find the bar that Batu entered with the other guard.
Yeah, you were able to figure out, like, probably that's where Batu went.
Yeah, it's good. He's going to the bar.
So you head into the bar, and so you, Batu, and the 2 guards are in the bar.
A horse walks in.
Yes. Why the long face?
All right, and Olan's gonna like be wiping makeup off her face. Oh, it's itchy. Okay, so
That's why we did you up to be all pretty instead of me.
aw, you would have looked better though, I'm sure. So, Mr. Guard and Mr. Guard, how are you guys doing today?
Better than expected. Given how things were going, like the guy, the second guard is like, given how things were going, I'm very happy to have broken even.
You know, I couldn't help but hear you guys earlier, and it sounds like you guys have been having a hard time lately. And we might be able to make things break even for you, like we did tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, I understand that there's someone that you're working for that you don't really like, and we don't really like him either.
Oh, really?
I mean, you guys be run nearly so ragged as you have been. It's abusing your rights as a proper worker.
Of course.
I'm in China.
God.
It's not like
a few centuries too early, but yes.
A few millennia too early, but yes.
More than a millennia. Not a few millennia, but more than a millennia too early, but yes.
what was that? I would say it's like it's not 1911 yet.
No, it's about 1800 years too early. What's your point?
Yeah, the Chinese Revolution didn't happen until the 50s, didn't it?
1911 is when the everything started taking off.
Yep.
That is when the warlords were kind of I guess I would call them warlords at that point. So
yeah, they were.
That's an accurate description of pretty much everything involved in, and yeah.
There's a really bad movie with Jackie Chan and Jet Li called 1911 that I got like back in the early 2000s. Actually, it was 2011 apparently. God, it's been that's how long it's been since I've been in a video store. It's just terrible. This is a really interesting story, and they just made this really boring movie about it. And they had Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
Yeah. Anywho.
They didn't throw one punch.
So how can we help you? If you want to, we're totally. They both look at each other like, if you want to make big things bit difficult for our employer, we're not against that. But we it'd be foolish of us to directly do things to our employer. But maybe we could be of some assistance. What you looking for?
Oh, I'm gonna reach way up and put her hand on Batu's shoulder. I think you know more about this than I do. I just kind of got us this far, so.
Well, guys, seems we need to get someplace, and you have the inside job, the inside track on how to do that.
Ah.
Meanwhile, Olan's counting her winnings.
So say we could arrange for you all to slip in through a side door, possibly?
Yeah, that makes sense. You can even show up under the pretense of legitimacy, like say you need a horse repairman or something.
No.
What?
That's not a thing.
People always need to get the horses fixed.
That's not what they mean.
I mean, if you're not taking care of your horses, then why do you even have them?
Do you mean when you say repairman? Do you mean doctor?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's what you call it in this language. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Someone who works in stables and takes care of the horses.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Mechanic,
I see what you mean. He gives you a more appropriate word than repairman.
Farrier. I'm like that. Oh, okay, sure, farrier. Don't know what that has to do with ferries, but okay.
I like to imagine this is just Batu doing this just to like create a vibe since Yuri did, in fact, actually tell him the proper info early.
Yeah, as an aside, you are reminded of the word that Yuri told you. Like, right, that's the word.
Right, that's the word. Also, it helps if they underestimate my
Oh
intelligence.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, making a vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Olan's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just rich, okay? I'm too busy being rich here.
This might be more money than Olan's ever held in her hands at one time. In proper currency, she's handled far more valuable things than this.
Oh sure, like most of the swords the sword that your father wants you to deliver is definitely worth more than the money you've got on you at the moment.
Oh yeah,
by a significant margin.
So here's the deal. Say we need to show up in a couple days.
Yeah.
You guys let us know where and be on duty then to let us slip in. Then you make yourselves scarce.
We can work on that. We can arrange that, sure.
All right.
And we owe your friend here for helping us get out of there without losing too much money, so.
Yeah, those guys were
Are they working together? Says the guy who actually won money is like, were those guys working together? I wasn't sure.
At first.
Okay.
Yeah, the way that you know how one of them kept on tracing the rim of his cup?
He was doing that?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. Anyway,
I'm not a gambler either. I don't watch for this stuff. I provide other services.
So I hope that you guys get home without losing all the money that we made sure you got back.
Thank you. We do appreciate it, and we'll
Yeah,
we'll be in touch. So he gives you directions which gate they work at.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm not going to give them the exact time, but sometime in the next few days, we'll slip in, be on duty. Although, given the way things are going, I don't think that'll be hard for you guys.
That.
Okay.
All right.
And just so you know, things. If you don't keep up your end of the bargain, there's other payments that could be extracted.
Oh, don't worry about that. We will absolutely we absolutely will keep up our end of the bargain, but we understand.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. Just making sure everyone's clear.
Lon just kind of leaves.
There'll be rewards and other things also.
Lon just leaves it a little bit. Like, that's just kind of how he says goodbye. It's okay.
I mean, that is both true. That is both true. But also it is still a threat.
He
actually,
will beat you up. Yes.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard the classic Mongol goodbye of "Do what I say or else"?
You are saying not what I'll do to your bones, okay?
All right. So I think everybody has done their individual things for this. So you can regroup and come up with and discuss what you actually are going to be doing.
Yep. I'll give everyone their cut of my winnings.
Oh, nice.
I will give... who do I give my cut of the winnings to, then? Eeny, meeny. Let's see here.
I mean, I financed them.
Yeah.
Looking at the order here, Zhao gets the Dao Lu's part of the split of the winnings.
Zhao, the richest person in the room, is like, why are you got people giving me money?
The richest person in the room.
I mean, you're both of you are rich, so
Yeah.
We are, but like at the very least, Yuri's not going to take that lying down.
Dao Lu say, "Well, it's for when I poisoned you by accident earlier." This is apology for that.
Zhao just kind of nods, and he's like, all right. It would be very rude for him not to take the money at that point.
I healed you incorrectly as a joke, you know.
As a
Meanwhile,
joke.
Lon's just going to people dropping strings of coins in their hands. Here you go, and one for you, and one for you.
The side joke I was going to mention earlier is this idea of like, okay, so the generals want their favorite type of chicken, but what if we replace the chicken with turkey? That might make them feel even sleepier.
Oh my god.
That's a funny idea. Also, because like, where the fuck are they getting a turkey? Just the idea that there is a turkey is what makes it even funnier.
Yes.
Oh, and replace all their napkins with ones that have been soaked in ether.
No. Absolutely not. That is nonsense. You brine the turkeys in ether.
God.
Okay.
Oh god.
Does this smell like chloroform to you?
That's how you know it's working, okay?
We'll just have the band play soft lullabies.
We'll just replace their soup with 100% ethanol while we're at it.
It's corn.
It's corn.
And then we can just go rob hobos afterwards.
Anyways, but I just had to be like, okay, I've been holding on to that for a while, and I just was like, as soon as, because I did not catch part of like what Yuri was doing when I was like, oh, this stuff to sedate people, making them go to sleep. Like, well, what are some other ways of doing the same thing?
All right, so
our plan, our proper plan.
So I assume, Dalu, you're going to fill them in on what likely is going to be the happening with the generals.
Yes. I was like, it's like, yes, Daolu will describe it as if he's just like a line cook, just describing what the menu is going to be.
I meant Zhao. My brain is.
Sorry. Still, yeah.
It's like Zhao starts like, I believe we have an opportunity in a couple of days to do what we want to do. It seems 2 high-ranking Imperial generals coming to town to investigate some. He's like corruption charges. Like he's just not like we all know what's going on. Well, I do believe these men to be relatively honest. Every man has his price, and I don't know. I think maybe we should do something about the governor's finances in the meantime.
I thought we were going to kill the governor.
Oh, we won't have to.
That would be a good time. Everyone's exhausted. You can fucking sneeze on them and they'd fall over.
As much as I would love to kill the governor, that would only cause more chaos. If we have to, it may come to that. But we can try to
how
do
is
this
that going to cause? Okay, that's going to cause chaos. But right now we're in the middle of stagnation and corruption.
I don't care how much chaos does or does not result, as long as I get the information that I want.
I do think getting rich is a good plan, though.
Yeah, Zhao does not. Yes, I thought that might have appealed to you, and I would believe if the information is being guarded somewhere, it would be in the vault of the palace.
You're always gonna just like raise an eyebrow at that. Why would they keep information on where the Imperial Princess is being held in the treasure vault?
You can't let it get out.
Or just don't have documentation about it and have it only be in the heads of those loyal?
True.
I think you forget what country you're in.
Shao just points at about to. That's true. We write everything down.
We write everything down.
Everything. We write everything. Everything. Do you realize how bureaucratic China is?
He just snaps his fingers. He's like you finally understand our country.
I'm surprised Zhao isn't writing all this down right now.
Look, I deal with all the kinds of things that shouldn't be done. And that's what I'm good at. So I'm just going to say that I think it's a bad idea for them.
Oh, it almost certainly is.
Yeah, it's a bad idea, but like some Confucius guy said they should write everything down, so they did. They haven't stopped.
I've never heard anything good come of that.
It's just like one of his proverbs is write everything down. Just everything. Just write everything down. Confucius.
Ah, yes. Confucius was a weird employer. Yes.
This was just like a footnote that somehow got put into his cones. like he was just talking to the person that was describing everything.
Yes, I mean, write everything down.
Yes, even that. No,
Why
stop.
are you writing this down? No, don't stop writing it. Keep writing.
This was how the first 80 pages of the original version of the Bible were written.
So Zhao has put the idea forward. What was everybody else up to tonight?
I throw him money at him.
We well, Oolong did most of the work, most of the legwork, but
friends.
yeah, we made some friends. We got a way in. Some guys don't look the other way when we come a knocking.
Apparently, Batu met someone who guards the treasury too.
Yeah, that guy was. He told me everything. Like, everyone's working double and triple shifts. Everyone's exhausted. No one's had a day off in weeks.
Well, first of all, and Yuri's just going to deploy a wrapped parcel onto the table. I went clothes shopping for everyone. Got a little something for everyone and a few things for myself.
This better not be as itchy as your makeup.
Excuse me.
It's itchy. I didn't like it.
Tastes kind of sweet, though.
What?
What? You don't taste everything that goes on your face?
No!
Really should. I mean, how else are you going to know if it's supposed to be there or not?
Is that why I keep finding you with soy sauce under your eyes?
Good God.
Yuri's is going to be absolutely appalled by all of this and is not going to respond to it.
Okay.
I think Zhao Lu actually has like some containers of things from the kitchen that he still needs to work on.
Yeah, like, just cooking in little mini pots while we're planning our
stuff. No. There's things marinating, and then there's also things they still needs to like, cut. So like after like, identifying the clothes that are meant for him, he folds them, takes them off the table, then sets down his workstation and starts continuing to work there.
And with the cooperation of our good chef here, I imagine that the next guard shift this evening is going to be a bit relaxed.
We go through the disguises, and Lon goes, "Oh, thank God you got me a guard uniform."
Of course, I got you a guard uniform. The courtesan outfit's for me.
I just saw yours, and I got really scared for a second. So thank you.
Well, if makeup is too much for you, then I don't know what to tell you.
It's itchy.
No, it isn't.
What? I think it's itchy.
Anyway.
All right, so we'll have disguises on the way in. We know a way in because of the guards that'll let me and Batu in. Daolu can get in the kitchen. We know that the people guarding the treasury aren't going to be a problem. And we know that the generals are going to be looking out for signs of corruption. Is there something that we could do that would reveal that to them? Or should we just try and make things go as badly as possible for the governor?
We already have evidence of the governor's corruption. And
that was me brain farting. Okay.
Yeah, the chef's like, we have the means to expose the governor's wrongdoing. We simply need to ensure that the generals aren't tempted to accept a bribe to look the other way when we confront them about this.
So should we try and just get all of his treasure out of the vault, or should we just make sure that he can't get to it?
We'd take what we want and then burn the rest.
Zhao is kind of leaning towards what Batu is saying. Isn't Batu's like disguise for this going to be like the horse doctor kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, then it seems the plan is yes. The plan is we go in. They're in the guard shift. We go in. We get the things. Batu is going to be able to get to the horses. We can get a wagon. We fill the wagon. We get out with as much as we can.
I'm driving.
As long as one of you drive. I have no driving.
I do actually have drive.
I was like, I'm driving, not with that attitude. What do you mean by that? Just
like taking all of it might be an option, and destroying all of it might be an issue too. Although that might make a good distraction on the way out. We'll have to see what it looks like when we get there. But the main objective is to ensure that the governor does not have enough coin to attempt to bribe generals.
I mean, I still think that we should probably just kill the governor. I mean, it wouldn't be so hard. He's like, unless he's like his brother or something, and even then, he wasn't that hard. All of us working together, we take the brother.
Yes, Zhao just kind of like just shakes his head. It's like there's a proper way to do things. When we attacked the Kong, I'm gonna say the governor. When we attacked Kong Wei, the temple, it was after a massive betrayal, and when we arrived, they did attack us first. So the situation is different here. Here, we're sneaking in the middle of the night.
Right. We're sneaking in the middle of the night, and we're preventing the problem from getting worse by eliminating the problem.
There's optics issue. This is an assassination if we do that.
I mean, so?
Zhao was definitely kind of having this like a little bit in there. He's like, it would be. He's having that internal monologue saying it would be a lot easier. Like
Batu, think of it this way: if you were riding with someone who was leading a troop, and out of nowhere somebody shot an arrow through his head, what would you do?
Was he bad at it?
Well, that's the thing. If we expose that the governor is bad at his job, then no one would come after us.
I mean, they're not going to come after us anyway because they're going to be too busy trying to figure out who should be the next governor.
Well, go with me on this. Let's say that your companion gets shot in the head.
Okay.
If they were a good rider who was doing their job all the time, but they got sneak attacked and they couldn't see the attack coming, then it would be an act of assassination, and you would be really mad, right?
Sure, but that's not the case here because everyone agrees the governor's a fucking idiot.
And if instead you were riding along and you thought to yourself, "Oh gosh, this guy riding with me is so incompetent," and then he just trips and his horse crushes him, you would think, "Good," and you wouldn't do anything about it.
Right, but if the
generals don't know that the governor is incompetent.
I mean, ask someone a question. He's so bad at his job. Everyone's willing to tell everyone that he's bad at his job. He's got no friends in the palace. He rules entirely by overworking people to keep them too weak to fight back.
Yeah, but no one's going to tell the generals that.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they're too general-y. Remember when we tried to meet with the captain of the guard?
No, that was when you tried to meet with the captain of the guard, and they were very rude, and they should have let you talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it didn't happen. I think that we might end up having to kill the governor anyway.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance that's might happen. This might just go really bad.
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Xiao.
Hell.
But
Xiao, we might have to kill you.
I would like to be able to stick around the palace in order to meet with the sword master, whom I might give my father's sword to. And I can't do that if we have to run away afterwards.
We could grab him on the way out.
No, I have to be here.
Wait, why do you have to be here? We can just scoop him up.
He's not going to be back for a few days.
So we'll go find him.
Or we could wait for him to come back. And not just assassinate the governor and have to run away.
This is also
I
where,
mean, I say we don't run away. I mean, they're going to expect the assassins to run away. We won't run away.
Oh, man, all the famous assassinations of the world. Man, if Lee Harvey Oswald had just stood up in the theater and done nothing, nobody would have taken him in.
that wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh my fuck!
No,
John
John
Wilkes Booth. God
Wilkes
damn it!
Lee Harvey Oswald just stood up in the theater.
I've got vaccine
People
brain.
would take
Nobody
them in.
criticize me.
He was busy looking for Kennedy.
You're not allowed to make fun of me.
I took the vaccine. You can't make fun of my brain farts. John Wilkes Booth. God damn it.
I see. We're overthrowing the corrupt governor Abraham Lincoln. Got it.
Obviously, nobody listened to me.
Oh, shit. Should have this like. Plus, there's also the obvious. If the governor just ends up dead, the guards are going to go out. They're going to start busting down doors, looking for who did it. A lot of innocent people are going to get hurt. We don't want that to happen.
And just as importantly, I might be due for an extra bonus on my if I do well on my shift here. If the governor dies beforehand, I may not be able to do that.
I mean, you're going to get a pretty good bonus anyway because we're going to steal all the money.
I can't do that. I still have to finish cooking for the rest of the guards and the generals, and
he's just swamped.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My schedule's booked for quite a bit, honestly.
You can't just abandon the rest of the chefs.
I mean, I don't really care one way or another. I'm intent on taking everything that I can from that treasury, and I'm intent on getting the information that I want. If it's in the treasury, excellent. If I have to extract it from the governor's mouth, I will.
At this point, it's like Zhao just kind of looks at Batu. It's like, I understand the wanting to take direct action. Ever since I found out about the corruption going on here, I've had thoughts of just showing up as Shanyang and doing exactly that.
What? Excuse
me? he's like, sorry, Ulan.
What?
But he's after but I know that's not the right thing to do. Just because it would be easier doesn't make it right.
You get Shanyang's name out of your mouth. How dare you?
How dare condescendingly pat the top of Olan's head.
How dare you impersonate Shanyang and ruin his good name? Like committing an assassination. Oh. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Just adding "I'm stupid" to that is just very funny for some reason. I'm sorry. Just saying that.
Oh my god! All right.
Okay.
God damn. All right.
I can't believe you chose now of all times to drop that on me. Okay, so yeah, fine. Batu sounds like the main holdout for this plan.
I just want to.
Are you so?
I just want to bust heads what deserve it, and that's the governor.
Well,
you can kill the generals too. The generals are dead, and that's even better.
Oh dear.
I mean, you just said they're corrupt and they take bribes.
We haven't seen them take a bribe, but I just know everyone has his price.
Oh, how about this, Mr. Zhao? Do you know of someone who could potentially replace the governor that we could maybe trust to do a better job?
Chikawa does. He turns to Ulan. I've talked to my colleague, Inspector Ping. He says that there is definitely somebody here that could take up that mantle. He needs to get in contact with them.
All right, Batu, you've had fun drinking and eating here, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
if there is a power struggle, or if there is someone else who comes in that's incompetent, or if we kill all the potential leaders and chaos erupts, those noodle vendors are going to be the ones who suffer.
I think they're going to make a killing selling noodles to rioters.
I think they're just going to get killed.
That's ridiculous. No one kills a noodle vendor. They make you food. No one kills people that makes you food.
Unless it means getting the food at no cost.
Except that's stupid, because then they're going to be out of food next time they get hungry.
Yes. That's called a lack of foresight.
You know, I feel like you're all overthinking this terribly. If the governor dies and it looks like an accident, then there's no problem.
Yeah, that club just... Yeah, there's no problem, because it says it's supposed to be made out of goo. It's supposed to be some kind of berry jam, obviously.
It's not strictly true, but...
Okay, how about this? We'll get everything in place in order to get money, which will be nice for us, right?
Yeah.
And to take it away from the governor, and to get the information from the governor that we want, however we need to do that. If we can get all that done without having to kill him, great. But if we do have to kill him or threaten him or whatever, we can do that then. And we'll be in the palace. We'll be in position to do it, right?
I'm just saying, like, solves a lot of problems if he's dead.
It also creates a lot of problems.
Yeah, but we could solve those problems too with more violence.
No, Batu.
Violence solves all problems.
We solved the problems today without committing violence.
Yes, but it would have been...
And we made two friends, Batu.
I'm just saying, we can commit violence against people what deserve it.
Question. Did anyone mention the other Mongols that Batu ran into to Yuri at any point?
I did not.
I know I did not.
Probably.
All right, running off the assumption that someone did at some point.
Yeah.
All right, let's put it this way. Batu, if you are known for killing a governor, it's going to be incredibly easy for those that you're avoiding to find you.
They're not going to be looking for me. They're going to be looking for a horse repairman.
I'm going to be looking for a 7-foot-tall Mongolian horse repairman, Batu.
But I'm not a horse repairman. Anyone can tell that looking at me.
I can't, because I don't know what a horse repairman is.
I'm sure if anyone is looking for a horse repairman, they'll find you quite well.
I mean, like Daolu looks over at Butts like, yeah, you don't look like a farrier to me in my anyway. So
yes, thank you. That's the word. It has nothing to do with fairies.
Everyone knows the word except Olan. It's like, I know you're wrong, but I don't know what the right thing is.
I to be fully frank, Batu, I would not trust you to be a blacksmith of any trade.
I certainly wouldn't.
Olan here, that would make an excellent farrier.
What is that?
It's a horse repairman.
What?
They tend to the hooves of horses, including making horseshoes.
Oh,
yeah. You need a lot of empathy.
A horse cobbler. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, got it.
You know, empathy and kindness. They also help take care of the horses when they're sick or injured.
I'm sorry, say horse cobbler makes me think about the dessert. Not the shoemaker.
Yes, a horse meat cobbler. Excellent. No sugar.
Horse. I'm going to repair this horse by turning it into dessert. Its now,
feet aren't bad anymore, guys.
It no longer feels pain, but it's delicious.
Jesus Christ.
We have successfully recycled the horse.
Oh dear.
Oh fuck.
Didn't you know that the monk was use every part of the horse?
Oh my god. I'm fucking All right. Oh fuck. Okay. So Jesus, I can't think straight right now. Okay. Let's see. Batu.
Fine, we can not kill the governor or whatever you call him.
Thank you.
Totally gonna do it.
I mean, it may come up that you have to kill the governor. This is entirely possible.
Yeah, but it's the difference between first and second degree murder, okay?
I mean, it's just degrees of murder, you know. It's the guy's still dead.
Out of character, I never thought that there was going to be any question that we were going to kill the guy.
I guess the attitude here is like anything that could potentially cause destabilization of that affects the commoners. Daolu will never be on board for that.
Yeah, and that's where Zhao's at too. He's
right.
Like, he would absolutely do it if he thought it was the only thing that they could do, but he knows there's so many other ways we can do it right now.
I will say this personally: I think it'd be absolutely hilarious if the generals kill him for not being able to bribe them.
Me too.
Yeah,
right. Like if that happens, so be it.
That's just the emperor.
Right.
Yeah.
Emperor being the emperor.
The point is not we have to, not try not to kill him. The point is we have to make sure that the generals think that it was good that he died, basically.
Yes.
So
ideally, at least that's my take. But like again, it's up to you guys.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Okay. All right. I think the plan has been established at this point.
Yes.
Rob, humiliate, potentially kill. Probably, but potentially.
It does sound like there are non-zero odds that you're going to gack the governor anyways.
Oh yeah, there is certainly a good chance that if something goes wrong, like even in Ocean's 11, things went wrong. So
yeah, of course they did.
What do you mean?
Like,
even? It's a heist movie. Of course things go wrong.
Yeah,
things go wrong. So like things could totally go wrong. Like we could like go into the vault and I don't know, maybe there's like a magic alarm and it wakes everybody up and then we get to find our way out.
Maybe the governor really likes the General Tso turkey, eats too much of it, and dies from a serotonin overdose. Who knows?
That'd be the least satisfying way to die.
He just dies like Elvis. He's just on in the outhouse, and then we just find his body.
Terrible. I'm sorry.
That's something that happened like the Stephen Chow movies. Like, where's the governor? You just go to the outhouse. You hear a loud fart, and you just see him like just fall over dead. Jeez.
All right, let's do this shit.
All right.
Okay, that was not the phrase I wanted to hear after that prior statement.
It's my bad.
All right. This is where I think you guys now have a plan for the heist, as it were, and the rough outline of a plan. This is a good point to break, so I can prep for the heist. To like make sure I get everything sort of get maps and get not maps but like images set up and such.
Right.
All right. So you are going with the idea of robbing the governor, and then we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is the current plan.
Excellent. All right. Then I think that's where we'll wrap for this week, and we'll be back in, I think, 2 weeks, hopefully. Because I'm not available this weekend.
Okay.
All right.
It being Thanksgiving weekend, I'm usually busy during the weekend, during the weekend a bit. So
That's a good point. Yeah, it is going to be Thanksgiving weekend.
So that's going to do it for this episode, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're on YouTube, hello YouTube.
Hello YouTube.
Hello YouTube.
Thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Hopefully we'll actually be back in a couple of weeks as opposed to like a month and a half.
Yeah, like with
Right.
like the universe and everything getting in the way.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But until we see y'all next, be happy, be safe, keep on gaming, folks. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.